The sun blazed down mercilessly on the valley of Giza, casting sharp shadows against the towering Great Pyramid. Dr. Leila Hassan stood at its base, staring up at the ancient marvel she had dedicated her life to studying. It wasn't just a structure, it was a puzzle, one that had haunted her thoughts since her earliest days as an archaeologist. Today she wasn't here for a routine dig or a tourist lecture. Today she was chasing a mystery that could rewrite history. Leila brushed the sand from her boots and glanced at Victor Sinclair, the man who had made this moment possible. Sinclair, a billionaire with a love for the esoteric, had spent millions funding her research. He believed, as she reluctantly did, that the pyramids weren't just tombs. They were something more, something science had yet to understand. Leila had resisted his theories at first, dismissing them as the fantasies of a wealthy eccentric, but then came the signal. 3 months earlier, researchers stationed at a desert observatory had detected a low-frequency hum emanating from the Great Pyramid. It was faint but undeniable, repeating in intervals too precise to be natural. The discovery had been kept quiet, hidden from the media, but Sinclair had learned about it through his network of informants. When he approached Leila with the findings, she couldn't say no. Her curiosity outweighed her skepticism. The expedition team was small but formidable. Tariq, a physicist, had been skeptical of the project but couldn't resist the challenge of studying a phenomenon that defied explanation. Zoe, a tech genius with a knack for hacking ancient puzzles, had joined for the thrill of uncovering secrets. Omar, an expert in hieroglyphs, brought his knowledge of ancient languages, while Elias, a rugged former soldier, was there to ensure their safety. They were an unlikely group, united by the lure of the unknown. The team set up their equipment at the pyramid's base. Sinclair had secured permissions under the guise of a restoration project, ensuring the Egyptian authorities wouldn't interfere. Leila felt a twinge of guilt for the deception, but the stakes were too high to let bureaucracy stand in the way. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the team prepared to enter the pyramid. The cool desert night brought a sense of foreboding. Inside the pyramid, the air was heavy and stale, untouched for centuries. Their flashlights illuminated walls covered in hieroglyphs, some familiar, others unlike anything Omar had ever seen. As they descended deeper, the hum grew louder, vibrating through the stone. Tariq set up sensors to measure electromagnetic activity. The readings were off the charts. "This isn't normal," he muttered, his voice tinged with awe. The team reached a sealed doorway that had not been documented in any previous surveys. Its surface was etched with intricate symbols that glowed faintly in the dark. Zoe examined the markings, her fingers tracing the grooves. "This isn't just decorative," she said. "It's functional like a circuit." Leila's heart raced. If Zoe was right, this was proof of advanced knowledge far beyond what ancient Egypt was believed to possess. Using a portable scanner, Zoe identified a mechanism embedded within the door. After hours of careful tinkering, a hidden latch clicked. The door slid open with a hiss, revealing a chamber unlike anything they had ever seen. The walls shimmered with an otherworldly light, and at the center stood a crystalline structure pulsating softly. Tariq approached cautiously, his instruments going haywire. "This thing is alive," he whispered. The hieroglyphs in the chamber spoke of a source of life, a power gifted by the gods to sustain balance on Earth. Omar translated fragments that hinted at a global network, a grid that connected the pyramids to other ancient sites like Stonehenge and Machu Picchu. Tariq theorized that the crystal was an energy conduit, designed to harness and distribute power. It wasn't just a tomb, it was a machine. As the team studied the chamber, their discoveries raised more questions than answers. Why had this technology been hidden? Who were its creators? And what had happened to them? Leila couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the verge of something monumental and dangerous. Their work didn't go unnoticed. Late one night, as they reviewed their findings, a group of intruders infiltrated the site. Dressed in black and armed with advanced weaponry, they demanded the team hand over their data. Elias fought them off, but not before they destroyed some of their equipment. The attack left the team shaken. "They knew exactly what we found," Leila said. "And they're willing to kill to keep it secret." The next morning, Victor Sinclair arrived unexpectedly, his face grim. "You've awakened more than curiosity," he said. He explained that a secretive organization known as the Order of Ra had been guarding the pyramid's secrets for centuries. They believed humanity wasn't ready to wield the power hidden within. "They're not entirely wrong," Sinclair admitted, "but I didn't invest in this to stop now." Tensions within the team began to rise. Tariq wanted to halt the project, fearing the consequences of meddling with technology they didn't understand. Elias, ever pragmatic, suggested selling their findings to the highest bidder. Leila found herself caught between her scientific drive and a growing sense of responsibility. Zoe, ever the rebel, pushed forward, determined to unlock the pyramid's secrets. As they delved deeper into the hieroglyphs, Omar uncovered a prophecy. It warned that the misuse of the source would bring devastation, unleashing forces that could destroy the Earth's natural balance. Leila felt a chill. What if the Order of Ra was right? What if this discovery wasn't meant to be made? Despite the warnings, Sinclair insisted on activating the crystalline device. If the ancients could control it, so can we, he argued. Leila reluctantly agreed, hoping to unlock its mysteries without triggering disaster. The team worked together to decipher the activation sequence, each step fraught with tension. When they finally activated the device, the pyramid came alive. Beams of light shot into the sky, aligning with constellations. The air hummed with energy, and the ground trembled beneath their feet. Tariq's instruments went berserk, recording energy levels that defied comprehension. "This is impossible," he said, his voice shaking. The activation triggered a response from other ancient sites around the world. Satellites picked up similar signals from Machu Picchu, the Nazca Lines, and Stonehenge. It was a global network, just as the hieroglyphs had described. The realization was both exhilarating and terrifying, but the celebration was short-lived. The device's energy began to destabilize, causing tremors and electromagnetic surges. Sinclair tried to override the system, but it resisted his commands. The chamber grew unbearably hot, and the light became blinding. Leila realized the prophecy was coming true. In a desperate bid to save the team and the planet, Leila deactivated the device using a failsafe hidden in the hieroglyphs. The pyramid fell silent, its energy receding. The team escaped just as the chamber collapsed, burying the crystalline device beneath tons of stone. As they emerged into the cool night air, Leila felt a mix of relief and sorrow. They had uncovered a truth that could change the world, but humanity wasn't ready for it. The Order of Ra retreated, their mission to protect the pyramid's secrets temporarily fulfilled. Sinclair, undeterred, vowed to continue his quest for ancient knowledge, though his trust in Leila had been shattered. In the weeks that followed, the team disbanded, each member grappling with the enormity of what they had experienced. Leila returned to her university, her reputation both tarnished and exalted. She published her findings in a coded format, hiding the most dangerous details. The world would learn of the pyramid's true purpose someday, but not yet. As she gazed at the Great Pyramid one last time, Leila felt a sense of peace. The ancients had entrusted their legacy to the sands of time, and she had done the same. Yet, deep down, she knew this was only the beginning. Somewhere, another signal was waiting to be found.